Welcome everyone to part 5 of the Wordle Drawings. This is Brian, and I am kind of using this as a substitute for doing Inktober, using the Wordle answer to be my guide for a drawing prompt for the day. And I'm doing a lot of experimenting this month, doing quick things, not spending a lot of time on getting all the details correct. And I'm also experimenting with media that I'm not really familiar with or not real handy with, and this is one of those, and that's gouache. Gouache is similar to watercolor in a lot of ways, but it paints on opaque. And so whereas in watercolor you would go from light to dark, with gouache, oftentimes you'll even go backwards from that and start dark and then go light. So it's really good for getting highlights, and the colors tend to be pretty bold with gouache, and you can build stuff up pretty quickly. I liked the overall look of this drawing here. The colors I really like. How I got to the solution of this is, I thought that maybe birds on a wire would look somewhat like a graph, and in my head it did, but in the drawing it really didn't. But that's what you get when you don't spend a lot of time planning. The Wordle drawing for October 17th. You know, the medium that I'm choosing for each of these drawings on a lot of occasions is just arbitrary. And I don't know why I chose charcoal on this particular one, but I'm glad I did. I think it ended up looking pretty nice and getting the sort of idea across that I was looking for. Charcoal can be pretty forgiving, as long as you're not rubbing it too hard, and obviously not putting a fixative on it until you want it fixed. But using an eraser can really bring these sorts of drawings to life. You know, it can smooth out some things, you know, if you use a soft eraser like a kneaded eraser, and harder ones will have, you know, more defined edges. So you can get some really nice detail and texture by using your eraser in different ways. As I was thinking about what to draw from the solution to the Wordle, I thought about doing an old person, of course, that would make sense. But I wanted to go a little bit further and accentuate the adult part, you know, that there's more to being an adult than just being old, but also perhaps being wise. And so that is the third eye there, which is often a symbol of wisdom, or being able to see calamity from far off. And I think overall I like the idea and the looks of this one. Something that I've noticed on a couple of my drawings is that I've been incorporating my initial guesses, or some initial guesses, into my drawing. Maybe it's just when I'm going through the thinking phase of what should I draw, those kind of end up in what I come up with. You know, for instance, I see water was my first guess here, and this ends up being a water scene. I'm glad it happened that way. It wasn't planned. But I'm sure there's some sort of psychology going on here. It's just something I noticed and I thought it was interesting. Here I'm using India ink, and my initial thought was to color it at the end. But I decided against it once I saw all the inking done. I think it was sufficient. I think that it's still interesting in black and white. And more importantly, I think the whole thing tells a story. And I think most people who look at it could come up with some story in their mind about what this means, what had happened. Overall, I really like this one. And I'm thinking that I might end up putting this as an image for a t-shirt. And so if you'd be interested in seeing how that's done, leave a comment, and hopefully I'll be able to do that sometime in the next month or two. October 19th. Well, let me just say that not all drawings can be your favorite, and this one is not even close. But I did have fun. I got to spray paint, so life is good. Spray paint's a lot of fun. Now, I had an image in my mind. I didn't have a lot of time. I'd worked all day, and I just needed to get something done, and I still had fun doing this. This little orange squishy dude is something that I was drawing this summer. I was doing just some blobs and then making stuff out of them, and this is one of the guys. Although the drawing I did this summer was from the front, this one is from the back. Now I know what he looks like when he's face down on the ground. Anyway, just a little bit of silly fun. And that's going to be it for this video. Check out some of the other ones. Part 6, I think, is coming up. And, or check out some of the older ones. By older, I just mean like a week ago or a few days ago. But thank you so much for stopping in and checking out these videos. And I will see you soon.